Big changes in California politics. While the Democrats hold a supermajority in Sacramento, it's the Republicans that keep scoring political wins. Coming up, we'll tell you what's going on and why it's happening, but more importantly, how you can help Republicans become more competitive in California in the 2026 election. Plus, Gavin Newsom gets another round of really bad polling. Can't this guy read the room? All that and more coming up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative representing District 75 in the state assembly. There's some really big movement happening in California politics, and not a whole lot of the media outlets in the state are picking up on it, but enough are. Here's the headline that I want to share with you, and then I'm going to tell you how this is all happening. It's from Politico. They're basically a news organization that really hyper focuses on politics, hence their name. Goal! Assembly Dems keep scoring for Republicans. This is a story that appeared last Friday, and this is after we forced a floor vote on a very popular piece of legislation that Democrats were trying to kill and that they oppose, and that is to strengthen criminal penalties against child predators and traffickers. The Democrats killed the bill, and but the way in which they went about it created such controversy and drew attention to the fact that they are wrong on this issue. And of course, we were able to force a floor fight, get a lot of media attention, and more importantly, get a list of names. A list of names of Democrat legislators who are voting against a very popular 70, 80, 85, 90% issue. And that list of names will come in quite handy when we go into the 2026 midterm elections, with a series of votes that we're now racking up, where Democrats have voted against 70, 80% issues. And it could end up flipping a number of seats and breaking the Democrat supermajority. So this headline is not usual. It's very rare that the media, particularly Politico, which tends to be liberal, like most media outlets, it's rare that Republicans are scoring through the process. And what the Politico reporters are basically saying is that the Democrats are really the ones that are handing Republicans wins. I disagree with that. We actually have had a strategy, and I'm going to walk you through it in just a minute and tell you how you can be part of it. But Politico basically went further and pointed this one out because it is a human trafficking bill. California Dems' crime problem is coming from inside the House. Human trafficking bills continue to exact a political cost on the party that controls Sacramento. So the media is basically saying, hey guys, you're screwing up. You're embarrassing yourselves. You're handing Republicans a variety of weapons to go against you. They're quoting me in here. Quote, you're trying to pull the con job over on California voters. I don't think, said Assembly Member Carl DeMaio, and I don't think voters are going to fall for this, and I will spend every day working to ensure that. So let me tell you what's going on here. And yes, I am going to get to the polling in a moment with Gavin Newsom, the bad news for Gavin Newsom. And I love it when Gavin Newsom's inauthentic political stunts backfire on him. But I'm going to walk you through what's really driving this, why Republicans are scoring. No, it's not just because the ineptitude of Democrats, although that's working to our advantage. It's because we're actually following a very strategic, focused plan on how we are going to basically break the Democrat supermajority. And we're executing it step by step, and we're going to need your help. So what I want you to do is, first and foremost, go to our mothership, the ground zero in the fight to break the Democrat supermajority, where this plan is all emanating from and where we are keeping everyone up to date on the effort to take back our state and break the Democrat supermajority. Go to reformcalifornia.org. That's the headquarters. That's our main website, reformcalifornia.org. That's where we not only put all of our news stories up as to what's really happening in California news and politics, all of our Doge California results, but we have active campaigns there on California voter ID, protecting Prop 13 from repeal to stop the tax hikes. And of course, our most important candidate focused campaign is to break the supermajority in Sacramento while also saving the House majority for Republicans in the Congress. So you can do two things when you get there, besides looking at all the great information that's there. Number one, I want you to sign up at the bottom. I need you to join the growing movement to take back the state. All you have to do is go to the bottom of the website, reformcalifornia.org, put in your first name, last name, email, phone, and zip code, and you will be signed up and tethered into our growing movement. You'll also receive not only updates on various campaigns in your area, but we'll give you our plain English voter guide. When your ballot arrives next May for the June primary, and again in October, we will give you a plain English description of all the ballot measures on the ballot, so you're not confused or fooled or duped by the misleading ballot titles. But we also give you a score, a ranking, and an endorsement for all the candidate races, from judge races in your area to school board races, all the way up to the legislative races. So please sign up. But also, if you want to continue to fuel this movement to break the Democrat supermajority, put gas in our tank, chip in a contribution. We need your support. $5 is all it takes to really start moving the needle in California. So let me tell you what we're doing. We have a comprehensive plan, and it's focused on changing how the Republicans fight in California. It's why I ran for state assembly. I told you at the time, if you were as part of our movement back then, a year and a half ago, I said, I'm going inside the belly of the beast because Republicans are not fighting aggressively enough. We need to create a reform caucus inside the legislature, force Republicans to unite and fight, and get them better at fighting. Plus, by getting inside the belly of the beast, we'll have a platform to give more visibility to the failures of Democrats and raise public awareness. And it's all working out very well. We are on a mission not only to enact good legislation, but in order to enact good legislation, we have to flip seats. I call it consequence management. And so we have a whole list of seats that we're trying to flip. If you go to reformcalifornia.org, you can click under flip target seats, and you have a list of seats that are there. You probably live in one of these seats. You can see the full list under the campaign. All throughout the state of California, we have 26 for 2026. These are House seats. These are state Senate seats. So we have 9 House seats that are targeted, but we have another 6 seats that are on the watch list. Of the 9, we can pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 House seats for Donald Trump. Talk about cementing the House majority. We can also pick up an additional 4 on the watch list. That would be 11 House seats in California. Yes, it's absolutely possible. And if we do what we are about to explain to you, it's probable. State Senate, we have to pick up, we have 2 seats to pick up there. And we have another 3 seats that are on the watch list. So there's a total of 9 seats there. And then 13 seats are targeted in the assembly, but another 8 seats are on the watch list for a total of 21. We can pick up enough seats, 7 seats, to break the supermajority. Easily. We can actually pad the breaking of the supermajority with all the watch list seats. Look, none of this is going to be easy, but look at what we've done so far. We've now gotten the media to say that Republicans are scoring, and they're saying it's mainly because Democrats are screwing up. Yes, Democrats are screwing up. They're extremists. They're not good on messaging. They're fighting amongst themselves. What we're doing at Reform California, here's our plan. Number 1, we're picking 70 and 80% issues to fight on. Issues where Republicans obviously agree with us, but a lot of independents and even a good share of Democrats agree with us. So we are fighting on the 70, 80% issues. We're picking our battles. Democrats are wrong on those 70 and 80% issues. Enough issues that keep coming up that the Democrats are wrong on, their polling numbers continue to slide, and the target seat members will be in jeopardy. So we are educating the public by picking these fights. And believe me, I've told the Republicans, you can't just kind of fade into the woodwork. We have to be more aggressive and fight. So that's the second thing that's happening. We're picking 70% issues. But secondly, we're fighting. We're picking fights. And the way I say we're going to pick a fight is we're going to force a vote on those issues. And forcing a vote on the issue does two things. It brings media attention. And you've seen the pattern. We've done it a number of times. I'll go through the list of things that we've done already. But not only media attention, it gives you the list of names. Every single time I talk about these issues, I say, I want the list of names. It's like some, sinister, magician. I know. I want a list of names. The voters want to know who did this, who voted against this 70, 80% bill. The voters deserve to know. The media is not going to tell them. That's why we need the list of names. Most bills in Sacramento get killed without a floor vote. I want to not let them kill bills behind closed doors. I want to drag it out in the public town squares and demand the list of names. And it's working. We've got list after list after list of votes. Let me go through some of the bills that the Democrats have killed that we now have the list of names on. Democrats voted to put Medi-Cal in jeopardy, or the program for poor people for healthcare. We said, hey, let's stop the undocumented individuals from getting billions and billions of dollars of taxpayer-funded Medi-Cal, which is putting the system on financial insolvency. Let's just stop that program. Democrats voted against that. We have a list of names. Second, high-speed rail. We said, let's cancel that project and give rebates to Californians who are struggling with cost of living. Democrats voted against that bill. Third, insurance reform. We said, hey, let's not require that homeowners pay more than the national average increase in insurance rates. Let's force the government of the state of California to pick up the difference by canceling the insurance premium tax, because the Democrats, politicians are getting taxes on your insurance. And I said, hey, you shouldn't take and price gouge on insurance rates that are already going up by double digits, triple digits in some places. Democrats voted against that. We had a bill called, it's AB 22, Stop Reckless Release. It would end the practice of releasing child predators into residential communities. They killed the bill. We have the list of names. We have a bill to end the ban on gas appliances and electric and gas-powered cars. AB 1238. Democrats have killed the bill. Education savings accounts, giving parents school vouchers, particularly low income, minority parents. Democrats killed the bill. AB 19, we have the list of names. Allowing police to remove squatters. AB 897. Democrats killed the bill. We have the list of names. We're going to continue to do more and more of these votes. Make no mistake about it. But we have now enough 70, 80% issues to weaponize these votes against these vulnerable target seat Democrats. And I just gave you the list of target seats. We have a whole smorgasbord of ammo to go after them. And it's because within the Republican caucus, we have more fighters, and we're fighting with a lot more strategy, a lot more intensity, as well as better messaging. And we're scoring the points. Again, we are not there to argue the merits of policy with the Democrats. They don't care about policy. They don't care about merits. They're driven only by politics. And so if that's what they're going to do, they're going to kowtow to their extremist base. We need to exact a pain and a punishment for that. And the best way to do that is at the ballot box. That's the only language that politicians actually speak. This is not the first time that the Democrats have gotten into some trouble. Democrats have consistently been exposed as trying to cover up the truth on things, and they draw attention to the Doge California work that we are engaging in. So we are Doging California, Reform California, and the speaker punished me for exposing waste, fraud, and abuse and corruption. Here is the Sacramento Bee why the California speaker did Republicans a favor by jerking them around. This is when the speaker stripped me from my budget committee spot after only 2 weeks. Carl DeMaio, the move comes after mere hours after Carl DeMaio of San Diego got traction on social media. He was rightfully raising questions about, among other things, $25 million budget request for a program that seems to have outlived its usefulness in awarding taxpayer-funded grants to left-wing activists. DeMaio is known as a bomb thrower and has earned that reputation, annoying Democrats and Republicans alike. But he's an effective messenger and a bona fide good government reformer and fiscal policy wonk through his work with think tanks and on the city council. It goes on to argue on the Sacramento Bee article, rightfully so, that the removal of me from the committee only highlighted the waste, fraud, abuse, money laundering, corruption that we were exposing, and has only given us more ability to do Doge California going forward. This is a big deal where we are seeing Democrats literally making mistake after mistake. And again, it's because they're arrogant. These are political animals, but they have become so comfortable with their supermajority. With that arrogance, I believe we are actually able to move in a direction where it will translate at the ballot box. So what we're doing is, number one, picking 70% issues. Number two, we are becoming more aggressive. We're being more of an opposition party, and we're calling the question by getting a list of names, by forcing a vote. We're picking fights. Third, we need to recruit candidates in these target seats. I spend a lot of time talking to potential candidates to convince them to run. We have a training academy where we train people how to run for office. And so if you're interested, please contact us at reformcalifornia.org. We want to hear from you because we're always looking for good fighters. Look, you don't need to be an expert in politics to run for these seats. You just have to have a good heart. Let us do the rest. And then finally, 70% issues, pick the fight, get the recorded votes, recruit candidates. Finally, build campaigns to help our candidates win. That's where you come in. I need you to go back to that website, reformcalifornia.org, and I need you to sign up as a volunteer on that website. If you click under volunteer at the top bar, you can sign up as a volunteer. And that way, when we do roll out our candidate endorsements next year, you can hook up with one of their campaigns and help them. But also, please chip in a contribution. We are never going to have the money that the Democrats have. But if you chip in a contribution here and there, we'll be able to at least be competitive. And things are changing in California. Here's a poll that I want to remind you about. Blue state turning red. Bad news for Kamala Harris, as poll shows nearly 50% of voters may back a Republican for governor in 2026. Voters are moving to the center and to the right. If we get our act together, it's going to translate into more seats picked up in 2026. Finally, Gavin Newsom has more bad polling news. Oh, he so deserves it. First off, I want to remind you that Newsom has less than a third of Californians approving of the job he's doing as governor. He has a double-digit image or favorability deficit. More people disapprove of him than approve of him. Half of respondents in polls say he should not run for president. These are California voters who know him best. But this poll here, covered in the Sacramento Bee, this is Fox 2 reporting on it. Sacramento Bee reports recent survey finds 40% of respondents believe the Governor Gavin Newsom's recent policy adjustments on issues like girls' sports and homelessness are a way to make himself more appealing to moderates and try to run for higher office. In other words, not authentic. 26% of respondents said they believe the governor's recent remarks on girls' sports, homelessness, and cracking down on violent crime are, quote, a fake attempt to make people think he's changing. But he will never really change. I love it when 1 out of 4 voters knows that the guy's a fraud. Really bad news for this guy. No one seems to be buying the bull crap that he's shoveling out. And he's so desperate. You know, no one really watches this podcast. Every once in a while, I get a cringe clip that I use on my podcast here to mock him and make fun of him. It's not working for Gavin Newsom. And it couldn't happen to a more deserving fraud that people wake up and realize the guy's a phony and that he's unfit for office. Look, things are going well. Not well enough, not fast enough for any of us, because we need to get these seats flipped in order to start changing policy. But with each and every seat that we flip, it's more pain and consequence management the Democrats are going to be inflicted with. And it's going to finally force their hand. I said the other day that the Speaker of the Assembly may need to watch his back. He may be removed by his own Democrats because of his ineptitude and incompetence, handing wins to Republicans. And baby, it's only beginning. We need your help. Sign up, reformcalifornia.org. Like this video, subscribe to this channel so we can continue to keep you informed. Until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.